to Business and Legal Structure. My name is Precious Toju. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about members of the C-suite. Who are they? Okay, so the vernacular members of the C-suite is not very conversant with a lot of people, or a lot of people are not very conversant with the C-suite members. However, if you belong to the corporate structure world or you work in a very well structured organization, the vernacular or the slang, so to say, C-suite members or members of the C-suite would not be alien to you. So on this episode, I'm going to be explaining what C-suite means, who are the members of the C-suite, and what really they do when it comes to the running and organization of the company. So members of the C-suite simply has to do with those that are in the top executive position, or those that are in the top executive managerial position. So when your friend or your colleague or somebody says to you that I'm not a member of the C-suite, it means that the person is a member of the top executive, the bosses, so to say, of a company. He or she is among those that actually manage the company, and he is among the top executive level aspect of the business or of the company. So C-suite, simply like the word or phrase implies, C stands for chief, and most times members of the C-suite, the position always starts with a C and ends with an O. So you always have something like chief, and then it always ends with O. That is officer. So the first on the list of the C-suite member is the chief executive officer. That is the CEO. And mostly the CEO's duty is that he is the public face of the company. He is the face of the company. He actually interacts and interfaces, or is an intermediary between the company, the shareholders, the staff, the public, the customer, and client, as the case may be. And the CEO is actually the highest ranking position when it comes to the C-suite. Okay, the C-suite, rather, when it comes to the C-suite of a company, the CEO is the top ranking executive position or member of the C-suite. Now you have the chief operating officer, that's the COO, the chief operating officer, who is the second in command to the CEO and ensures that the management and the running of the business of the company is well structured. It has to do with the training, with the human resources, with the legal, with the administrative aspect of the business. However, in very big company, in multinational company or very large company, you have the chief human rights officer, and you also have the COO, who is the chief operating officer. But in a much less bigger company, one person will act as the COO, the chief operating officer, and do all the duties of a human resources manager. But in a larger company, you will have a chief human rights manager, and you also have a chief operating officer. Now you also have what is called the CFO. The CFO simply is the chief financial officer, and anything concerning accounting, finances, it rests on the shoulder of the CFO. The CFO actually advises the company on the financial risk aspect of the business, investment, and all of that. Now you also have what is called the CIO. The CIO. Now the CIO has to do with the chief information officer, and he provides all the information that the company needs. He leverages on technology, on coding, on programming, on mapping out everything concerning the company. You also have what is called the chief marketing officer. The chief marketing officer. And the chief marketing officer has to do with the branding of the company, social innovation, bringing out the company, advertising the company, publicizing the company, bringing the company to the public. How he does this is through branding, is through marketing strategies, through social innovation, and all of that. Now, in other companies, you also have, in very big companies, you also have what is called the chief compliance officer, the chief compliance officer, mostly has to do with the legal aspect of the business, the administrative aspect of the business, the do's and don'ts of the business. For example, if the company is into construction or if the company is into manufacturing one or two things, now the compliance aspect of the company rests on the shoulder of the chief compliance officer. Now, in some other company, you have in the place of the chief compliance officer, you have what is called the chief legal officer or the chief legal advisor. Now, in most companies, the chief legal officer, the chief legal advisor, takes over the position and the duties of the chief compliance officer. So it's just a matter of nomenclature. It's a matter of what the company wants to do. It's a matter of how the company wants to, categorize and also name its executive. Okay, so in summary, members of the C-suite actually start with the letter C, which is chief, and ends with the letter O, which is officer, and they happen to be the top management officer, the top executive officer of the company. They are in the board. Okay, they are in the board of the executive officers. They are the one that manages the company. They are the top level officers of the company. They are the bosses of the company. And in the likes, it runs like the CEO, chief executive officer, the COO, the chief operating officer, the CIO, the chief information officer, the CMO, the chief marketing officer, the COO, the CO rather, the chief compliance officer, or the CLO, the chief legal officer or chief legal advisor. Now, there are others, but these are the major ones and these are the top ones. Others can actually come out of them depending on the size, the structure, and the organization of the company. Thank you for your time. I will see you next time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye and stay safe.